Hey, it's Robert Oakley. Hope you're having a great day. I'm out in one of my favorite subdivisions. This is the Barefoot Lake community out in Firestone, sitting around the lakes myself, and wanted to take a minute and discuss something that I'm getting a lot of questions about. That's a lot of confusion out there, I think, not only for buyers and sellers, I think even for agents right now. With interest rates in the 7.2 range or higher, and potentially going to go up even higher than that, buyers are wondering how can they get financing that they can afford. The days of the 3% loans we had even 6 months ago are kind of gone. And sellers are wondering, how do I help a buyer buy my property? Because we have sellers who want to sell, we have buyers who want to buy. Interest rates are really hurting everything. So one of the topics you're going to see advertised more and more, people talking about, is using a 3-2-1, a 2-1, some type of buy down to get the interest rates down. You may be wondering, how does that work? And it is a little confusing. We actually have a great lender who can structure it and look at your situation and see how much you have to have into the property as far as down payment to qualify. But basically, to keep it short and simple, what we're seeing happening and the way it would work is a seller would make a contribution to you, depending on whether it's a 3-year or a 2-year buy down. That money would be put aside in a separate account so that if you sold the house in a year or you refinanced, you don't lose that money. It just reduces the amount of principal on the mortgage. So the seller would contribute for you, enabling you to buy your rate down. So right now, you could actually get a loan 3% under the current market rate. So a 4.25% loan on a property, say you're in the $600,000 range, that could make a huge difference. Actually make buying a home right now affordable. And then depending on what happens to the rates, worst case scenario is that it's going to be 7.25 3 years out or 2 years out. Assuming you didn't refinance, nothing else changed, rates stayed where they were, then that's the worst case scenario. However, if rates go down, you could always refinance. You're probably not going to buy the houses as cheap as you can get them right now. We're getting some great deals out there, but you can then refinance it if rates do go down, so your situation only gets better. If you decide to keep that rate long term, again, that's the worst case scenario. But it doesn't cost the buyer anything. This is a seller contribution. It enables a seller, as long as the house can appraise, to cover that buy down for the buyer, and then everybody wins. So that's one option I would definitely recommend getting together and talking about, learning more about, if you're wondering how to make things affordable and happen in this current market. Encourage you to take a look at this neighborhood out in Firestone. This is a beautiful subdivision, 3.5 miles, I think it is, around these lakes. There's several builders out here. I was working with one of them today. They're actually doing some buy downs of their own. D.R. Horton out here has a 5.99% rate. And doesn't matter how long it takes to build. They have some homes that are coming soon. You could build from scratch, but they're locking in that rate. And if the rates go down for some unknown reason the next 6 months to 12 months, then you obviously would have the option to get that home at a lower rate in the future. But at least you're protected. You know that you're actually under what the current market rates are, and 5.99 is still historically a very good rate. So sorry for the lighting changes on there, and if I'm coming and going, I apologize for that. But just wanted to make it short. If you have questions about this, I'm sure there'll be more. I can share my rate calculator with you, put you in connection with one of my favorite lenders who can help you with this. I would recommend the Ruth team. They're fantastic to work with. They've got a team that knows all the ins and outs. If you're looking for investment properties, there's some ways to structure that as well. And I'm even seeing a few owner carries out there right now. So there's a lot of ways to make this work. If you're thinking of selling, you're thinking, man, I don't want to sell my house and have a 3% loan on and pay 7%. There's ways to get around that. Thanks again for watching, and give me a message below. I'll be attaching some information for you that kind of explains the 3-2-1 or that type of buy down even better than our short little video here. So again, appreciate your time. Have a great day. Give me a call if you have any questions.